Check ultimateguard.com and find premium quality products for your favorite trading card game. Check video description or visit Ultimate Guard for more.
How's it going, guys? Once again, welcome back to Pokemon TCG Center. In today's video, we'll be looking at Seismitoad EX Tauros featuring Garbodor for expanded format. So as you can see, this is the pretty much item lock deck with the Tauros GX as support with the Mad Bull and Rage, and of course Trubbish and Garbodor for the ability lock. 13 Pokemons, 43 trainer cards, and only 4 energies in this deck. So Seismitoad is the main attacker. With the Quaking Punch for double cores energy, you can simply item lock your opponent and attack for 30, maybe 40 with the Fighting Fury Belt, and actually 10 or 30 more with the Hypnotoxic and Verbing Stratagem in play. So theoretically 7 damage counters per turn is not bad, especially if you can Quaking Punch. On the other side, with the Garbodor, you can simply use Garbotoxin, and with the Floatstone attached to the Garbodor, you can have also item lock and ability lock versus your opponent. With the Ninja Boy from the Seismitoad to the Tauros, you can go pretty much easily and surprise your opponent from nowhere with the Rage or with the Mad Bull for a double or maybe even single price card, depending if you're gonna play against EX, GX, or just a regular Pokemon. 3 Shamans for the setup. 2 line of the Trubbish and Garbodor, 4 copies of Seismitoad, and 2 Tauros GXs for the backup attack. Ace pack is my computer search, so I decided to go with computer search simply because with computer search I can search my deck for any card that I really want. In order to do that, I need to discard 2 cards from my hand. 4 copies of Crushing Hammers, flip a coin if it has this card energy attached to your opponent Pokemon in play. That's it. 4 copies of Hypnotoxic Laser, flip a coin if your opponent is asleep, plus he's gonna be poisoned immediately after you play Hypnotoxic Laser, so he's gonna take 10 damage counters or 30 between turns if we have Verbing Stratagem in play. 1 copy of Special Charge, so I can simply refresh 2 of the double cores energies from my disco pile back into my deck. Then I'm running 4 copies of Trainer's Mails, Ultra Balls, and VS Seekers, of course for the best consistency with deck. Stadium Decision, of course, 2 copies of Verbing Stratagem, put 2 more damage counters on poisoned Pokemon between turns, both your and your opponent. Supporter line is very huge, simply because this is the expanded format, and in expanded format you can have so many different options to go. So 1 copy of AZ, put 1 of your Pokemon from play into your hand. With AZ we can simply remove a Shaman from play. We can also remove Garbodor just in case if we want to do that, but we can also remove our damaged Pokemon without too many problems in case we don't have Ninja Boy. 1 Karen is here simply because with Karen we can just prevent our opponent to take easy knockouts with the West Between decks, of course, with Night March decks, with Flareon decks, so we can easily destroy those decks with the Karen. And 1 copy of Lysander. 2 copies of N for the Drought support with 4 copies of Professor Juniper. In addition to that, I'm running 1 copy of Ninja Boy, so I can simply go from my Seismitoad to the Tauros. 1 Pokemon Ranger, just because I'm running only basic Pokemons, and the Ranger is must-have against Jolteon, Glaceon, or maybe something else that can actually prevent us from attaching energies like Chaos Wheel. 1 Flare Grant, and 1 Xerosic. So with the Xerosic you can also get rid of the special energies and tools with the Flare Grant energy from your opponent active Pokemon. 6 tool cards, 3 of them are going to be Fighting Fury Belts, and 3 Floatstones, and 4 double cores energies, which means 60 cards in total. Possible text for this deck can definitely be 1 Starling Megaphone and 1 copy of the what's the name about the card? Yeah, Battle Compressor. If you're looking for any of these cards, you can find them on ccgcastle.com with TCG Center 5 code. You can also get 5% discount on your first purchase. I'm looking to trade your old bulk. You can do that also on CCG Castle. Make sure to check video description because it's available worldwide, and you can do that for the upcoming Guardian Raising Sealed Booster Box. So make sure to check that and to do that because it's worth definitely in my opinion. So let's do one huge and damn hard battle versus Sableye Mill deck. So I hope you guys are gonna enjoy watching that video. If you're not gonna enjoy watching it, at least you have the deck list that you can actually use to play with it. So see you in the game. Alright, so I'm starting first here. That's very nice. And I'm gonna start with one copy of Seismitoad EX. Alright. I don't even know, should I just pass my turn one or maybe just go for like Verbing City and something like... Okay, let's just first go with the Ultra Ball for Lysander and one Crushing Hammer, and something like a Verbing City Gym with, of course, Hypnotoxic Laser. So I can play my Trainer's Mail, and I don't want to grab Juniper for now. I'm gonna set up for 5 anyway, so I have greater chance maybe to pull double Course Energy here. There is Trubbish, which is nice, and also Hypnotoxic Laser. In addition to that, I have Ultra Ball for Xerosic and Ranger, and also there is one Trainer's Mail, which is gonna be for nothing. None of these cards I'm gonna take, so I can have another setup for 6, which is just fine. And that's also my last Shaymin EX. The third Shaymin that I actually run is in my prize, so I'm not gonna be able to take it. But also, I'm not gonna be able to take my... Yeah, that's it. That's just pass. That's just pass for now. At least he's gonna take 3 damage counters here, and as long as there is Verbing City in play, Sableye is gonna be knocked out at the end of my turn, even if I don't have energy card for my Quaking Punch. But of course, you really want to use the Quaking Punch and advantage of it. So 3 damage counters on Sableye. I also have the Crushing Hammer, there is Battle Compressor. I mean, my opponent will have access to the Junk Hunt. So right now with the Battle Compressor, he can simply get rid of some item cards that he really wants, which is very powerful. For example, he can grab something like, let's say, Ultra Ball and discard it, and then with the Junk Arm put it back into his hand. So he can simply have access to any card he wants. As long as I have Quaking Punch, and once I use my Quaking Punch, for my opponent it's gonna be a nightmare, because he's not gonna be able to play item cards. But of course, with Pokemon Ranger and VS Seeker, from turn to turn you can do that easily. And that's one Ultra Ball. I saw that Delinquent and Lysander right now discarded for my opponent. That's the setup for like 3, 4. Oh, there's a live dew. All right. If the Pokemon this card is attached to is knocked out, your opponent take 1 Fever Price card. So that's very powerful tool that my opponent actually have attached to the Sableye. But luckily, I have my Xerosic, and I can simply easily discard that tool card without too many problems. So that's gonna be a puzzle of time. You really want to use as many item cards as you can before your opponent actually Quaking Punch you. So Lysander and Delinquent. Alright. Junk Hunt is gonna be probably for 2 puzzles. Yeah, as expected. And it's my turn. So, first thing I'm gonna do here, it's gonna be that Xerosic. So I first want to get rid of his tool, no matter what. And after that, I'm just gonna pass my turn. So at least he can be knocked out from the poison. And I can take prize card, which is gonna be just a Fighting Fury Belt. Another Sableye for my opponent. I can expect maybe to see right now Delinquent, but my hand is very huge. So puzzle of time for 2 cards, which means he can again grab any 2 cards he really wants here. And another Live Dew and Seismitoad are gonna be recycled. So that's 1 Live Dew. And 1 more VS Seeker, which is gonna be for something like a Lysander or maybe Professor Sycamore. There's a Delinquent. Let's see what I'm gonna discard here. I'm just gonna get rid of my Ninja Boy, one copy of Tauros and one Ultra Ball, and that's just it. I still have 3 cards available. There's a Junk Hunt, which is gonna be probably for maybe another 2 piece of puzzles. Yeah, as expected. Very, very powerful tool. There's a Crushing Hammer. And there's a Hands on the Coin Flip. And very nice top deck, which is double Course Energy, so finally I can have my Quaking Punch. Right now I'm striking for 40 and my opponent can't play any trainer card in his hand. Right now he have actually 2 pieces of puzzles, but they're just useless. There's a big card in his hand, which was a Team Flare Grunt. For me, the top deck is gonna be just perfectly fine. I'm gonna have my AZ for like Shaman, and then draw for like 6. So what I'm gonna need here is gonna be Trainer's Mail for Crushing Hammer. But for now I'm just perfectly fine. I'm passing my turn. 23 cards for me, 24 cards for my opponent. Who's gonna run out of the resources? Me or my opponent. So there's a puzzle of time times 2. You can take any 2 cards. I can expect to see maybe even Darkness Energy. 2 energies. Very smart. Of course, a Lysander for my Shaman. Junk Hunt is gonna be 4. 2 pieces of puzzles, as expected. Top deck for me is just a Tauros. Let's see what we can get with the Crushing Hammer. Unfortunately Tails, but what I can do with my Flare Grunt is I can get rid of the energy attached to his Sableye. So I can at least force my opponent basically to attach another energy from his hand. So my game strategy here is gonna be to do something like a double Shaman EX Sky Return from turn to turn. And I'm gonna need that 0-6 so I can simply get rid of his Live Dew. And on that way, I can simply go for like knockout against his Sableye. Again, 2 pieces of puzzles for my opponent. Top deck is gonna be Professor Johnny Purr. Let's go with Professor Johnny Purr for 7. Not the smartest thing, definitely, but hey. I'm gonna pretend like I don't have nothing here. And basically, as long as there is no Team Flare Grunt for my opponent, that's gonna be just perfectly fine. There is 1 Tool Scrapper. Alright, so Float Stones has just been discarded. Very, very important not to take that Flare Grunt, so I can maybe have that opportunity for the Quaking Punch. Yeah, Enhanced Hammer and Flare Grunt has just been taken from my opponent, and 1 Junk Arm is gonna be for 2 pieces of puzzles. However, I have access to my Garbodor, but I also have access to my N. What I'm gonna do here is, for now, like right now, I'm gonna just 0-6 and take price card here. For now. He can have that Live Deal for now. Not a big deal. Let's just Sky Return, and after that I'm going to promote my Shaman EX in the active position, simply because I can Sky Return again, and after that Sky Return I can Quaking Punch. So literally that's the strategy right now. That's the strategy. I can have 1-hit knockout on the other side with my Tauros GX and Fighting Fury Belt, but still, I need Ninja Boy, and I need 1 more card, which is gonna be Fighting Fury Belt, of course. I have Ultra Ball, which means I can go for Tauros. There's again Lysander for my Trubbish. Okay, not a big deal, and it's gonna be Junk Hunt. gonna be for 2 pieces of puzzles. And right now is just perfectly timed to play my Garbodor. No abilities for both players anymore in this game, and I'm gonna just end my opponent right now. Yes, please. Give me 4 new cards. There's a Hypnotoxic Laser, double Course Energy, and 2 VS Seekers. So many powerful cards for me. This is just ridiculous, and I think this is right now actually game breaking. I'm gonna definitely use that Hypnotoxic Laser, you know, never know what can happen. I can maybe even get heads on the coin flip, which will happen. And Quaking Punch will go for like 40. So, Sableye managed to wakes up, but there's no way that he can actually play Live Deal right now, or any kind of the item cards from his hand. And at least that's something, but there's a Xerosic. Immediately, he managed to respond, and there's gonna be another Junk Hunt, probably for another Xerosic, or... oh, actually 2 item cards, so he can grab item cards from his discard pile. Live Deal, and maybe VS Seeker. 2 VS Seekers. Alright, that's perfectly fine. That's perfectly fine. What I can do here is... he grabbed 2 VS Seekers. Not sure, to be honest. Not sure. Taking the risk with my Quaking Punch. Who cares? I can still prevent him from playing those item cards. I'm going down to 3 prize cards. There's another Seismitoad EX for me. The problem is that both players cannot use the abilities. That's just Confusion Ray. That's the only thing you can do. Unfortunately, Tails. The coin flip. So right now I'm gonna just grab that Hypnotoxic Laser. It's gonna be heads. After that I'm gonna play my VS Seeker, and with that VS Seeker I'm gonna use my Karen. And with the Karen I'm gonna reshuffle back my Tauros GX. And after that, simply 1 Quaking Punch for 40. Will he wakes up? Again, he will. Alright, that's not bad. I have 1 more VS Seeker available. There is Team Aqua Secret Base. Will I be confused? Unfortunately, no for my opponent, so I'm going down to 2 prize cards after this turn. So, let's just Quaking Punch for 40, and I have 2 more prize cards to take, which means somehow I'm gonna need to Lysander and knock out his Shaman. I'm very limited right now with my resources, and that's Confusion Ray for like enough damage counters here. What I can get with my Trainer's Mail, I can get Weapons at the Gym or Special Charge. Of course I'm gonna go for that Special Charge, no doubt about it. I really need it. And what I'm gonna do here is gonna be... I don't know if I want to do that. I don't know if I want to do that. No, I don't want to do that. I don't want to do that. I'm just gonna pass my turn. He can have it. He can have it. I'm gonna pass my turn, and I'm gonna go for his Shaman on the bench. Somehow, if it's gonna be possible. If it's not gonna be possible, I still have 13 cards remaining, so there's a plenty of possibilities what I can do here. Most importantly, I just need that Mad Bull GX for the knockout against his Shaman, of course. But how the things going on right now, I'm not gonna be able to do that. So there's a Ultra Ball for another Sableye, and I miss 1 turn of the Quaking Punch, of course, here, and he can just Junk Arm, take whatever he wants from the item cards. He can even go for that Live Dew, for some VS Seekers and stuff like that. Story of my life. Another Tauros has just been top decked. Alright, I definitely need to pull that N somehow. How? I don't know, but I really need to pull that in somehow. And there's a tool scrapper, which means I'm also gonna lose some of my float stones. That's a nightmare for me right now, but at least I'm not confused anymore. 15 cards remaining versus 12 cards remaining, and of course he can junk card until tomorrow. So 2 pieces of puzzles are gonna be for... Yeah, I should actually go with my Juniper for 7. I should go with my Juniper for 7 and Quake and Punch him. Probably right now I'm gonna lose the game. Yeah, I can set up with Shaman actually. So, do we want to do that setup for 1? Yeah, we can try. A double CORSAIR Energy top deck. Literally, that means only one thing. V-Seeker for AZ, but after that... Yeah, who cares? V-Seeker for AZ... But I actually need Lysander. I don't have any more Flowstone remaining, so my bench is just so huge. What I can do here is I can just Quaking Punch for like 40 and hope that he can scrap my double CORSAIR Energy, but he have access to his 0-6, so my double CORSAIR Energy is gonna be removed. After that, I have 2 more energies remaining, and there's Confusion Ray, and I'm also confused. So even versed, I'm also confused, and what a nice top deck was that. So Computer Search, Dreaming top deck for me, and it's gonna be for something like... If I go for Hypnotoxic Laser, I might get lucky here, but I need that Quaking Punch. If I miss Quaking Punch, I don't know if that's gonna be good. But still I can pull maybe Verbank and Laser just in case. Well, there's a Verbank, but no sign of the Laser. Let's see, Quaking Punch. Oh, this actually hurts a lot. And there's a puzzle of time, of course, times 2. There's gonna be another... Oh, 2 energies. Alright, yeah, he can simply grab Crushing Hammer, V-Seeker, whatever he wants to get rid of my double CORSAIR Energy. Junk Hunt will goes for like 2 pieces of puzzles again. Another double CORSAIR Energy top deck. Should I risk? Should I stay? Should I go? Yeah, I'm risking. And I'm flipping the heads. So, at least, managed to knock out that Sableye, but I'm not gonna take a price here. That actually hurt a lot. However, if I top deck Laser, then I can go for the knockout against his Sableye. Of course, I'm gonna need hands on the coin flip, so I still have a chance to win this game. But yeah, I first need to flip hands on the coin flip and top deck. I didn't top deck. Come on, give me the heads. Tails on the coin flip. That's it. That's the GG. I lost the game. Oh, no way. Live view. And that's so painful. That's so freaking painful. I mean, I don't know why, but my opponent didn't play a single Trick Shovel or Team Rocket Handiwork. You probably want to play at least one Team Rocket Handiwork so you can deck out your opponent as soon as possible. But yeah, if you can simply control the energies on the board, you can't lose. Because you can simply deck out your opponent by using those junk arms from turn to turn. And time to play my Ultra Ball. Yeah. The only 2 cards that I have remaining are Hypnotoxic Laser and and so he can Delinquent, and that's gonna be GG. Oh, actually it's a Trick Shovel, so even better. You can discard my Laser, and the last card is gonna be my N, so he can also do that Puzzle of Time and grab that Trick Shovel back so he can use it, and that's the GG. Unfortunately, like 20 minutes of battle where I managed to pull 4 prize cards, but I was short for that second Lysander, and for the knockout against he's shaming for the victory with this deck with my Mad Bull GX, but however, I'm still kind of happy with this deck, and I think it's very disruptive and powerful, and it can be also better against Sableye, but unfortunately I'm not that good against Sableye because I never in my life played against Sableye. This is probably the first turn that I actually played versus that deck, and that's the reason why I actually lost this game. And also lack of the Starling Megaphone in this build was the reason why I actually lost this game. So I hope you guys enjoyed watching this video. Make sure to hit the thumbs up and subscribe for more videos. If you have any questions, make sure to leave comments below. So till the next time, have a nice day and goodbye.